Hey, this is O with CLO Pixel Gamers. Today we're going to be ranking video game mascots. Hey, if you're new to the channel, be sure to drop a like and also subscribe down below. Just to let you know, I am a huge fan of retro gaming. And one of the things I always used to enjoy is the console wars and the competitiveness of those gaming companies.
Hey! You still don't have a Sega CD? Huh? What are you waiting for? Nintendo to make one?
From the 80s all the way up until the 2000s, it was very important that your branding and your advertisement was on point. I'm going to go over the categories first that best fit each mascot, and then I'm going to go over to the letter tiers to figure out which mascots to me rank the highest. Okay, so the categories I have today are S tier, A tier, B, C, D. Also, I have categories of personality, longevity, uniqueness, cool factor, and lovable. I'll start with Bentley Bear first. Bentley Bear is Atari's main mascot. It was either Officer Bob, which is the mouse, and Bentley Bear. Now, oftentimes companies will have different mascots that are notable, so you can go with either one, but I'm going with Bentley Bear. Now, to me, I've never really delved into Atari mascots, but I wouldn't consider him a memorable character. But I would consider him in the lovable category because it seems as if Bentley Bear could appeal to kids and will find as a very lovable, cool character. Okay, the next mascot up, let's go with Sega Master System. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Master System preceded the Sega Genesis, and they had different iterations of mascots, and there's actually two. So we're gonna rank Opa Opa first, as it's the Japanese version of the Master System mascot. So definitely I'm gonna give Puyo Puyo a category of unique, because think about it, he is somewhat of an egg with wings, also a spaceship, and has feet, so that's kind of unique. Also has a lot of personality, so I would definitely say that this is a unique mascot. Okay, next up we're gonna go for one of my really favorite characters, and I'm trying not to be biased, but at the same time these are characters that I like. Megaman. Megaman, see, this is the thing about some of these characters, they hit multiple categories. So Megaman is definitely a lovable character. You've got the anime and the cartoons to back it, the comics. You've also got the long history of games. So I'm gonna put Mega Man in the longevity category, because Mega Man has many iterations, many variations, and he stood the test of time. Okay, now we're gonna move into the 3D generation of the PS1 with the iteration. PlayStation's mascot is Crash Bandicoot. Now, Crash Bandicoot, I would definitely say he has personality, but he doesn't really talk, so to speak. He has sound effects, and I think Crash Bandicoot sort of like has an animalistic personality, like likes fruit, spins sort of like Tasmanian Devil. So I wouldn't give it so much uniqueness. I mean, he's wearing jeans, and I don't know, it's kind of a mishmash. So he does have a cool factor to him, but the personality, so-so, not as strong. So I'm gonna give him more of the cool factor category. Next up is another great mascot, which is Bonk. Now, Bonk is the mascot for TurboGrafx 16's or PC Engine, and I believe he's named PC Kid in Japan. So this guy, he just reminds you of, I don't know if you've seen it, but the Headbutt Kid, totally hilarious. He reminds you of that. So his special move is actually a headbutt. He can also grow large in size and all sorts of stuff, and he's a prehistoric caveman or a cave boy. So This character to me hits a lot of areas. Not only is he lovable, he's actually a really cool character. I would consider him pretty unique, and he has a great personality. So I wouldn't say the longevity is there, but he's definitely a lovable character, and also he has a personality. So he's going to be the first character I put under the personality category. Alright, so this is the first time I've seen a mascot that didn't have the cutesy animation type. So we're going to go into Master Chief. Now, if I were to categorize him, he would go under the cool factor. And forgive me, his image is a little cut off from top to bottom. I didn't crop the image properly. But Master Chief is the Xbox's mascot. And they use more of they strayed away from the cutesy animations of the mascots of the 80s and 90s. So he's got a cool factor to him. So I'll give him that category. Okay, so we all know Mario. I'm not going to say Mario for the end. I want to go ahead and get him out of the way. We all know that Mario falls into a lot of the different categories. Mario is not so much unique to me. I don't think that a plumber, Italian plumber as a character is all that unique. So I don't think Mario thrives in that category. Lovability, definitely Mario has been lovable. He also has stood the test of time with many iterations. Mario has somewhat of a personality, but in my opinion, Luigi has way more personality than Mario does. So to me, over the years, Mario has seemed more monotone. No diss to people who love Nintendo and Mario, but he seems like more of a monotone type character. So I won't give him the personality category. The longevity, definitely. Uniqueness, not so much. Cool factor, so-so. But lovability, definitely. So people love Mario. He stood the test of time. But I'm going to give Mario the longevity category. Next up is a character you may not be familiar with, SNK Neo Geo, and that's G-Mantle. Now, fair enough, I haven't given deep research on his background, but I would say definitely as a character, he has this ghost element with the top hat, kind of mysterious. So he kind of fits more into the category with Master Chief, and SNK Neo Geo, G-Mantle as the mascot, I would give it a unique factor. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to be biased. My boy Sonic is right behind me, and I feel as if Sonic hits every category. Sega Genesis and the Sega company was wise to move away from Opa Opa and Alex the Kid. This character had everything from edginess, lovability, uniqueness, cool factor, and longevity. And that's the reason why I'm gonna put Sonic into the lovability, because he stood the test of time. The movies were box office hits. Michael Jackson loved Sonic and Sega Genesis. So I would say Sonic falls into the lovable category. Alright, last but not least, we have Alex the Kid and Pacman. So I'll go ahead and get Alex the Kid out of the way. If you're not familiar, this was another Master System mascot. After, I believe, Opa Opa, which is the guy with the wings. So Alex Kidd, I'm gonna say personality maybe a little bit weak. He's more of a fighter in the game. He I think has his origins in Wukong, or iterations of a Monkey King. I think that's sort of like a cultural thing based off what Alex Kidd was based off of. Same thing with Goku and all of them. I'm gonna say he does have a cool factor. I'm not sure if that category it will best suit him, but I'm gonna say longevity, definitely not. Personality, so-so. I'm gonna give him the category of lovable character. He seems like a character that you could fall in love with, although his personality is not as strong. but we'll say he's a lovable character. We'll look into Pacman. Now, Pacman more so is not a character that you necessarily was able to connect to as a mascot, but the game itself is what kind of saves Pacman. He did have a cartoon, and that cartoon was pretty good, but as far as a mascot to represent a company, he's so-so. So I'm gonna give him a unique, because think about it, a pellet with arms, legs that can talk, or Pacman pellet, I'm not sure exactly what he is. He reminds me of a Kirby, like a cream puff, sort of like a Kirby, but an old Kirby. So except for without the abilities, but as far as factor and shape, he seems like a simplified character. He's very unique in the way he looks. He's yellow with red gloves, so he's definitely unique. So let's go ahead and do a ranking of the letter tier of each mascot. So now, we'll start with Bonk first. I'm definitely going to have to give him a B. Not only is he a great character, he's unique, and he's also found lovable. Some people will argue that he stood the test of time, but essentially he kind of faded off as the TurboGrafx-16 faded off. Although he is a notable character and you do recognize the PC Engine and TurboGrafx-16 off of Bonk, I'm going to have to give him a B. He's definitely not a weak mascot character, and he's lovable and a strong character. Next up, I'm going to have to go to Megaman, and I'm going to give Megaman an A tier. Reason being because not only the Megaman games are good, this is a good representation for Capcom, and he takes over that, lovable as a kid and as an adult. He has a range of iterations. His personality is not as strong, but as a mascot, he's very clean, well designed, and he gets into the genre of like robotics. So I definitely think Megaman is a legit character. He has a lot of abilities, and he's a great mascot for Capcom. That's why I give him an A. Opa Opa. I'm gonna have to give Opa Opa a C. I like the uniqueness of Opa Opa, but at the same time, he's kind of hard to connect to. He's sort of like that character you get a first look at him and like, wow, what's that? But after that so much that it kind of leaves you hanging. There's nothing really to connect you to the company or the console or the system. So it's not a bad mascot, but definitely I did think it deserves a C. Okay, Crash Bandicoot, also a C, and for the same reasons of Opa Opa. The game is cool when you look at him as a mascot for PlayStation. He does have that sort of lovable character type, but at the same time, there's nothing left to connect you to Crash. Very rarely will you see someone wear a Crash Bandicoot t-shirt. I'm not sure, don't quote me if there's any cartoons or anime or comic books based off of him, but he doesn't have necessarily longevity that I see in other mascots. Next up, we're gonna say Pacman. And now Pacman outranks Crash, in my opinion, because of the longevity. Now, this will be a great mascot for Atari, although Namco is the company that basically owns Pacman, so we can't necessarily tie it to Atari, but most people notably recognize Atari through Pacman, and that says a lot. The game itself has stood the test of time, and I don't think people will ever stop playing Pacman. That says a lot. As far as his character as a cartoon, it's okay to watch, sort of like a Smurfs cartoon, but at the same token, him as a playable character in a side-scroll platform type of game is okay. So, but being in the longevity and the usefulness of the game, he outranks Opa Opa and Crash, in my opinion. Next up, let's go ahead and get Mario out the way. Me personally, I think Mario's mascot as a character is a little weaker. He's very athletic. I noticed that about platforming, and ironically, Shigeru Miyamoto actually designed Mario to be athletic. As far as personality, he's kind of always joyful and kind of happy. So you don't really get any other personalities out of him. Sometimes he acts surprised, maybe when he sees Bowser. But to me, Mario is not a character I've never connected with. I don't know, maybe you haven't. I think Link would have been a better mascot for Nintendo than Mario, but that's just my opinion. Mario is kind of iconic. So even though his personality is not that strong, you guys know he's already going in the S tier. The games are awesome. Wide range of from kids to adults love to play Mario. I've enjoyed Mario. Mario was kind of like my first experience with gaming. So although it's not my favorite mascot, he's gonna get in the S tier. I can't be biased about it. Even though he's not my favorite mascot, Nintendo did well by going with Mario as their mascot. G-mantle. Unique as a character, although I would like to do more research on G-mantle for SNK Neo Geo. I really like the company, but I wonder why G-mantle was never a playable character in any of the games. Don't misquote me, but if you've seen G-mantle as a playable game in any SNK or Neo Geo game, let me know, because he seems like he would be an awesome character in a fighting game. As a mascot, I think he's a good idea. But as far as him being pushed from SNK Neo Geo, we don't hear a lot about G-mantle. Maybe in Japan, but over here we don't even know G-mantle as a mascot. We would associate something like Metal Slug, the characters from Metal Slug. But I'm gonna give him, don't hate me for it, I'm gonna give G-mantle a D. Not because he's not a good character in character design, but because he's just not notable, he's not connectable, he doesn't have the longevity. So I have to leave him in the D category. Master Chief, D. I love Halo, I love the Halo games, but as far as a character connectability, I'm not sure if he would be a great character. Maybe Bubsy will probably be, or Blinks would be a better character for Xbox, especially with some of those games being Xbox exclusives, or even like Gex. I think Gex is a gecko character that's green. It makes sense. Why not have a green character to go with Xbox? So I really think Master Chief was an okay choice, but not strong, not something a lot of people who love Xbox can connect to. I can connect to the Halo games. Master Chief, so Master Chief gets a D. Bentley Bear, I'm gonna have to give a D also. He does remind me of that art style of the 70s to 80s, sort of like that He-Man-esque, sort of like that Thundercats-esque art style. Care Bears-esque art style. I'm not hating on Bentley Bear, but a lot of people wouldn't even know about Bentley Bear if I didn't present it, or if you didn't really research it and look to see who is Atari's main mascot. So he doesn't have the longevity. He does have a little personality. Seems like he would be a lovable character, but he's not strong enough, so he gets a D. Alex the Kid is gonna have to get a C as well. He just doesn't have the longevity, the styling. He sort of has like a Chinese Gion, or sorry if that's the improper term, but the personality of him as a fighter is shown here. He seems like he could be a lovable character, but he just doesn't have the longevity. And good that Sega strayed away from Alex the Kid, although he's a part of Sega history. Last but not least, we already know Sonic is getting an S. Now I'm gonna rearrange these, and definitely Sonic will get an SS before Mario, and I mean, I really don't have to explain why. The blue blur, the fast speed lightning, the edgy attitude, the toot of the 90s. Sonic just changed a whole game of video games and video game mascots. He's got movies that were excellent. The Mario movie, when it first came out, it flopped. Where Sonic's movies was a box office hit. Sonic 1, Sonic 2 did great numbers. He is a longevity character. He's a lovable character. A great representation for Sega. Every time you see him, you already know people think Sega. And just a great character, and I'm glad he was invented. Over the years, I've come to enjoy Sonic, and that's not my bias. He's just a cool mascot. Hopefully you enjoyed my video on ranking the gaming mascots. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe and share with a friend. As a bonus feature, I'm going to be going over my Game Informer collection. And if you haven't seen my Game Informer 3 videos, check this video here or here, and you can check those out. And once again, I'm very appreciative that I get to share my love of gaming with you. Guys, take care, have a good one, and I'll see you on the next video.